The Pyrus are currently online beefing over Kendrick Lamar, and things are escalating fast. Somebody just posted they're about to catch the other Pyru, strip him, and demonstrate on him on camera. A Pyru from Compton, more specifically Hollywood Pyru, called Snoopy Badass, did an interview where he's lashing out and exposing Kendrick Lamar. Now, this interview has pissed off a lot of other Pyrus from Compton who are cool with Kendrick Lamar, right? Most famously, Kendrick Lamar's cousin hit a J3. Now, Snoopy Badass lashed out on Kendrick Lamar and exposed Kendrick Lamar because he believes that people around Kendrick Lamar are the reason why he was blackballed and ostracized.
And I don't know.
All right, man, I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna call a baller, strike. Now, we all know when you use Kendrick Lamar names in situations like these, it moves the algorithm. So to tie his name to some Compton politics and things like that, they know with his name attached to it, it's gonna move. So is this a clout chasing move by my guy Snoopy Badass, man? Y'all let me know in the comments. Let's keep it going though, see what they talking about.
I don't know if it's still up. I know you were fighting to get it taken, put back up, but you made a post about the horrible representation of the Pyru car there in Compton.
I had 211 on that post, Ice Burgundy on that post, Wacko on that post. Who else? Oh, Jay Worthy on that post. Like, see, people gotta understand this, homie. You know, everybody. You know, even the people in the comments, everybody got a gray area in their life that they're ashamed of, homie. You know what I'm saying? And you know, what people like that did to me was, you know, like, you know, my whooping. You know, I got that immaculate whooping. You know, I came on the scene, Jerry curl, dripping Jerry curl. I just looked at like the epitome of what a blood was supposed to look like. And a lot of LA blood rappers, you know, I made feel insecure and they didn't want to have to compete with my image and what I was standing for because, you know, competing with Snoopy Badass in 2018, 19, and 20 on some blood, you're going to lose, bro. Because I can't.
Hey boy, where I didn't never really heard Snoopy Badass until he sat down with Whack 100. But that don't mean he wasn't out there in California making no noise. But me personally, I don't know the man like that. But I've been paying attention to his content since he's been on YouTube. So let's keep it going, man. Y'all hit that like, hype, and subscribe, man. We are at almost at 6K subscribers, man. We're trying to get to 10K, man. Y'all hit that subscribe and get your boy up there.
With the whole package, the whole West Coast package, you know what I'm saying? So instead of competing with me or, you know, letting the fans pick, you know, they came together to create a schmuck campaign. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these dudes, mainly some of the dudes in the pictures, you know, they
schmuck campaign though.
They backed that campaign. You feel me? And I understood that, you know, at the end of the day, it's just business. You know, at first I was mad, but I don't take it personal because I understand it makes me feel good about myself because I was really a threat.
Snoopy Badass has also went viral for saying that Kendrick Lamar has copied his look and his swag, that Kendrick Lamar's new look and new swag, more
yeah, at this point now, I'm thinking Snoopy Badass is really clout chasing, bro. Y'all, this a whole lot. It says that's a whole lot to say that Kendrick Lamar is taking his swag, bro. That's crazy.
Specifically, the outfit he wore to the pop-up, that Kendrick Lamar stole that from him. Kendrick Lamar was trying to imitate him without giving credit. Now, from the outside looking in, it sounded kind of crazy, but when you looked at like side-by-side pictures of Kendrick Lamar and Snoopy Badass and like their famous like red hoodie outfit, it looked kind of similar. Now, regardless of not if Kendrick Lamar got it from Snoopy, Snoopy believes that Kendrick got it from him, but people around him are the same people who, according to Snoopy, was trying to blackball him, put dirt on his name, and make sure he don't succeed in a rap game. Now, again, I was not here in 2018, so I, quite frankly, don't know, right, if Snoopy Badass was the next one up and other blood rappers were terrified or scared of his come up.
I'm not saying that he was a nobody, but he definitely wasn't no force in that lane. That's a fact. Just don't have that credibility. Besides going viral, you wasn't hearing about Snoopy Badass on the streets. You would the Compton Menace. Shout out to Compton Menace. He didn't create that package. He took that out in the 80s and the early 90s That ain't Bloods, Jerry Curl and the hoodies and corduroy house shoes and all that. He didn't create that. Like, you only know for your YouTube career wasn't in the streets.
I'll take Spotify's word for it because I was not in the streets. I like Snoopy. I got no problem with Snoopy Badass. So, but again, I wasn't in the streets to tell you that if Snoopy Badass created or invented this style, Spotify is saying, no, this is just how Bloods dress in that era. And Snoopy Badass just did a really great job at branding himself as the person who's the most familiar with that style of dressing. So now when Kendrick Lamar, who's a Blood from that era, dresses like people from his era dress.
Nah, I ain't about to listen. I don't think Kendrick Lamar is no Blood though, so you really can't put the gang on him like that. Even though he is from that area, they say he's part of, you know what I'm saying, he stayed in the Compton Pyru's hood, but we ain't gonna sit here and just say that Kendrick Lamar is a Blood because we never heard him come out and just say it. So Flacco, don't say that again, bro.
Snoopy can say he's dressing like me, even though Snoopy is just dressing like how other Bloods dress from that era.
He wasn't in the streets. Like, I know who Compton Menace is, and I'm from LA. I knew who Wacko was. I know who Problem is, Kendrick Lamar is. I know who The Game is. These dudes have history. You hear their name on the streets. And this is all I'm saying. This is facts, bro. I never heard about him on the streets. Ain't nobody like, oh, Snoopy Badass, oh, he a G or he doing this. I just never heard of that, bro. Like, you up. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Snoopy Badass he can get that personality. He Charleston White, bro. He just be saying stuff. I think that's his lane.
Now, regardless of if we believe it or not, Snoopy Badass believes it. He believes that they copied him while also trying to blackball him. So he's on a tear to expose Kendrick Lamar and expose anyone around Kendrick Lamar. So during this interview, he brought up something, though, that regardless of his motivation for bringing it up, you kind of have to sit back and say, he not lying. He kind of telling the truth here. And that was the royalties and the splits from the GNX album.
Jay Hitter's a rat. He talked too much. See, Hitter J3, I gotta say this about him. He's somebody that been protected by the gang all his life. His mama from the gang, his brother from the gang. He ain't really had to really do nothing because he got blood ties, but blood ties into that. And you can tell every time.
Is this coming from a hater standpoint, though? Or does this have any validity to it? Is this real? Is Hitter J3 a decorated Blood, man?
He opened his. Some people, I respected him more when he shut it up and just dropped music. The more and more he talked, the more and more you could see how dumb he is. Like, why would you get up on the internet? For one, the Westside Pyru's just got hit with a gang sweep not that long ago. Why would you get up on the internet and tell everybody that you worked Aiden Ross out of $10,000? Do you understand that is extortion and it's fraud? It's fraud because he donated for some family in need. And you got on the internet and you admitted and said that you put up a fake video. And that is fraud. Do you understand the feds could come get you for that Hitter J3? Am I lying with him?
And that's...
But y'all y'all think about this, though. Snoopy Badass, I understand this right here is probably public. But once Flacco put it on his platform in that niche and in the LA politics and they get to listening to things like this, man, them boys could come into play. But let's keep it going.
Pretty stupid, man.
$10,000, that's over the limit that they need. Matter of fact, $10,000 is exactly the limit the feds need to even start to investigate it to know where you got it from. And if there was any fraud or foul play, you can go to jail, Hitter J3.
And it's hard to do.
And hold on, and you are a gangbanger, an admitted gangbanger from Westside Pyru, boy. That can be taken as an extortion charge too. But that's how I know ain't nobody laced you. That's how I know you ain't really did nothing. Dead homies, because you should have knew that already. And then on top of that, he got his stupid ass up here and he gonna say, what does dumb ass say? Kendrick, looky, bro, that was not a good look for Kendrick, bro. I don't because you ain't used to having no money like that, so I understand why you thought it was nothing, so you said it. He gonna say, well, Kendrick Lamar told everybody on the album, you can either pick the royalties or the $10,000, and everybody picked the $10,000. So basically, you just admitted that Kendrick Lamar just robbed everybody for their royalties.
Now, we ain't gonna say that he robbed people for their royalties. Now, if he gave them the option and they picked the money, maybe they was in a hurtful situation where they needed that money right then and there. They couldn't sit around and wait on the royalties. But at the same time, they grown men that probably made a probably the worst business decision in their life yet at that point, at that moment of time, bro.
Regardless of his motivation and his reasoning for doing this, he's not wrong. Like, he's kind of spitting here.
Got a point.
A, you probably shouldn't be admitting that you lied on the GoFundMe or you lie about this being your grandparents so you can raise money. That's dumb. Secondly, admitting that Kendrick Lamar jerked all the artists who was on GNX is not a good look for Kendrick Lamar, who's apparently like the rap savior. I mean, it's just not a good look. Now, I want to give DeJean Paul his credit because DeJean Paul was the first journalist or blogger in LA to actually break this news. So he got some wind down the pipeline from artists who was actually on the album themselves. They told him, hey, Kendrick Lamar did not give us any royalties. Now, DeJean came publicly with this to break this down to the public, and that sparked a response from Hitter J3. Now, this response from Hitter J3 to me was actually dumb because this response actually caused more trouble for Kendrick Lamar.
That was my second point. I got a call from a very powerful industry executive. He manages an artist that is on GNX. And he told me for a fact that all of the artists, LA rappers that was featured on GNX only got paid $10,000 for their feature. And only 2 of them have received publishing to this day. So that speaks to the opportunistic is of the situation. You are this multi-platinum artist. You probably, if we look up his net worth, it's probably in the hundreds of millions. You get what I'm saying? GNX sold millions and millions. It's a multi-platinum album. It broke streaming records, all of these things. Allegedly there's bots, but whatever. To find out from a verified, trusted industry source that, again, works with one of the artists on GNX, that all the LA rappers, upcoming LA rappers featured on GNX only got paid $10,000, and only 2 of all the LA rappers featured on the project were given any publishing. Basically, he told me how they were approached was, look, this is going to be you can do a lot with this opportunity. This is a good look. You know, just take the 10 racks and, you know, do what you can with this opportunity. This is a good look. We're about to bring the West Coast back. Woo, woo, woo. They sold these artists a dream. Then you wonder why Dodie Six is smoking drugs and smoking balloons and crashing out and doing all this stuff because he's not getting paid. He didn't get paid. I'm on this big song that's all over Billboard charts, but I'm not getting paid. You wonder why Young Threat is in prison for allegedly murdering another rapper locally because
boy, you see the community of the, you know what I'm saying? They worried about what Kendrick Lamar is doing with his money and his people. Not saying that Kendrick Lamar couldn't have gave them boys the royalties and the $10,000, but Kendrick Lamar probably ain't the actual person that's sitting down there dealing with the situation. But we got a whole lot of things going on in this world besides, you know what I'm saying, worrying about these $10,000 and what these dudes could have had in their pockets. Not saying that this situation could have been life-changing if they would have got them royalties. But at the same time, though, we need Kendrick Lamar to be focusing on the pro-black stuff and speaking up for Carmelo Anthony. Where them guys at when it comes time to step up to that plate? But let's get back to the original content, though.
he's not getting paid.
Kendrick Lamar cousin Hitter J3 responded back to this clip, and he responded saying, people had the choice to take royalties or the money, and most took the money. So now before you speak on something, you're not in the room to know the truth. Now, Hitter J3, I think, said this to defend Kendrick Lamar, right? He wanted to help Kendrick Lamar. I don't think Hitter J3 did this to hurt Kendrick Lamar, but this actually hurt Kendrick Lamar more than it helped him, and here's why.
GNX was that was a complete publicity stunt, bro. That was a publicity stunt for his own. Also, it was a publicity stunt for his own personal gain, bro. Like my thing, you're Kendrick Lamar. Why you couldn't get him $10,000 in a royalties? You want to see win? You want to see niggas eat forever? If I was in Kendrick's shoes, I would have did it, and God know it. Take that 10 bands and you getting your royalties. I'm already rich. What the hell? I'm trying to stop other people from eating. If you really want to help, but it wasn't to help.
Regardless of what you think his motivation is, if he's just hating on Kendrick Lamar, you can't say he lying, bro. He not lying. He telling the truth. Now, these were grown men who made a terrible decision, but there's something very wrong with the picture of Kendrick Lamar having songs like TV Off and Peekaboo, and those songs going top 5 on Billboard, number 2 on Billboard. Winning.
I'm going to say this real quick, but Kendrick Lamar could have put any everybody on them tracks, and 9 times out of 10, it would have went up. Without Kendrick Lamar, you don't have them songs, period. But I feel exactly where they coming from. But you got to look at it from the other spectrum too, though.
And Grammys on Billboard. And these artists who are on songs that have won Grammys, that's top 5 on Billboard, they only got $10,000 and not another check after that. They got no royalties, got no writing credits, got nothing. Yo, when do you understand that when Gen X dropped, that these artists' names were not listed as features on the album? Like, it took the public bringing backlash for them to get listed? This is not cool at all.
Maybe Kendrick Lamar just a selfish guy. Get what I'm saying? Or maybe he felt like that wasn't going to be as big as it was, man. But, he was making the album because, the Not Like Us wasn't on that one. So we were still waiting for the album that was going to have Not Like Us on it, but it haven't dropped yet. But was that his break? You know what I'm saying? Was that the album that we was expecting is the question?
Because you didn't have to dangle the 10,000 over starving artists, right? Dangling 10K and then dangling their royalties, which they're entitled to, and then they choose the 10K without being informed, and you say, well, it's your fault. You chose. No, Kendrick Lamar should not have put these artists in that position. It's wrong.
Them guys should have had some managers or some business friends around them, or went and got some second opinions before they made their decisions. But like you say, though, he was dangling that 10. Some of them guys probably needed that 10 right then and there, and it was coming from Kendrick Lamar. They were like, okay, man, Kendrick, you know how it go, but let's get
It's predatory.
I mean, where is it predatory at? Ferris Chain's, to me, Ferris Chain's no robbery. Hey, he gave you, first of all, it's 3 things. He gave you an opportunity to even be on his album. A lot of up-and-coming artists, not established artists.
But the favor is negated once you take advantage of them.
Compared to Kendrick Lamar. A lot of them dudes would have just took the opportunity with I know one of the people personally. What is my homeboy? Dodie 6. First of all, I just feel like you didn't have to offer them nothing. Everybody would have jumped on the opportunity just to do that with K-Dot for free. This is a fact. It's not no, every last one of them dudes would have took that opportunity for free to be on Kendrick Lamar album. You can't tell me that majority of those dudes verses is even worth 10,000. Ain't nobody paying these dudes no 10,000 for that verse. Probably 1 or 2.
And one of the guys had just crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious 4 words, bro. He said that for probably 8 times, man. He said 4 words 8 times and won a Grammy off of that. So, okay, I understand he put in a little bit of work, man, but ain't nobody listening to that part by itself, man.
So, Kendrick, not only I'm going to give you the opportunity of a lifetime, I'm going to pay you for your services. I'm going to pay you, and $10,000, if you're not rich, $10,000 is a nice little starter kit. It could definitely put you back in the green.
But that's besides the fact, though. Kendrick Lamar could have given them $10,000, like, in the royalty. He didn't have to choose. This is like when a colonizer come to Africa and they go to these, like, rural villages.
Hitter Dre 3 was just speaking out of turn. He's talking too much, bro.
Where there's diamonds and minerals and resources that's worth billions of dollars, and they're like striking trade deals and providing rice and oil. Like, they're providing bags of rice and oils in exchange for $100 million minerals, right? It's predatory. Like, you don't say, well, I mean, listen, man, they signed up. They made a decision to give the minerals and the resources. No, you say, bro, this was not an informed decision. If these people knew that these minerals and these diamonds was worth $1 million or worth billions of dollars, and they could literally buy an entire country filled with rice, instead of like trading in their minerals and resources for a bag of rice and oil, they wouldn't do it. It's not an informed decision. I don't think these artists really necessarily knew, hey, bruh, these royalties you about to get is a lot more than 10K, bro.
That's when your business mind state come in. That's when you're supposed to have a manager or at least have somebody in your corner. But what they saying is Kendrick Lamar's supposed to be these guys' friends. He's supposed to have let them know, hey, bro, this one of them ones. But he didn't do that. So for Hitter J3 to come out to even speak on this situation, that's what was the problem by this whole thing. But Or those type of secrets are supposed to be held secrets. You know what I'm saying? When people get done like that. But let's keep it going. That's another story.
And you could damn near get in advance of like 100,000 based on the royalties you got.
Rocco, if you're broke, if you don't have a car, 10,000, you could go get a car right now for $10,000. If you're broke, if you don't have no money in your pocket right now, 10,000 is gonna get you out that hole. 10,000 to move you in a place and get you in a spot. So he gave them an opportunity, bro. Like, take the money or your royalties. I honestly think, like, if they were smart, they would have took the royalties. But since they was in the bind in the hole, you can't get mad at him because he gave you the option. Like, I'll give you all your royalties or you want the $10,000. What's wrong with that? He gave them an option. It ain't like he trying to rob a blind. They're all grown men, correct?
Facts.
No one is correct. So my whole, you want the money or you want the royalties?
Fair. These is grown men. Fair. I hear you. These is grown men. But why didn't Kendrick Lamar say, hey, bruh, yo, while in the studio with them, hey, bruh, listen, here's why royalties are important. Now, it's not his job. It's not his job, man. I understand this. But if he coming how he coming for black people and for brothers, if he coming how he talking, yo, he talk like, yo, he trying to say them kids, man. He talk like he trying to say these men. So if you're trying to say these men and lead the way, say, hey, bruh, yo, this is worth a little bit. Don't take this 10,000, yo. Hey, yo, listen. Yo, take the royalties, hold it down, bro. Take a loan if you got to, just hold it down, bro. Yo, this finna go up. Like, this finna win Grammys. Yo, this finna go #1 top 10. Yo, you can't tell me like Kendrick Lamar didn't know that one of these records are gonna go top 10 or top 5. He was at his, yo, this was right after like he dissed Drake. This is when Not Like Us was like the biggest song on the planet. This is when he knew the Super Bowl was coming up in 3 months. This was literally gonna go up regardless. And I don't know, man, yo, give them an informed decision, right? Just like the colonizers came and took advantage, Kendrick Lamar took advantage from my perspective.
I get what you're saying, but I don't you compare those because a lot of our people just are in the industry. They all signed, they all rappers. They know the game. Who's to say that it's gonna be that successful? No, listen, I'm not saying that was gonna. Who's to say that they song wasn't gonna do? Like, that's just like me. If I'm investing in something, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna get my return. If I win the lottery right now and they told me over 30 years you're gonna get 100 million or take this one lump sum for the 15, I'm punching out at the 15. I don't know if I'm gonna be here for the 30. Conventional wisdom will tell you to wait to the 30 because you will be rich forever.
We can agree to disagree, but one person who don't want to agree to disagree is Hitter J3, which is Kendrick Lamar's cousin. He sent out a very strong warning to Snoopy Badass, letting him know that when he catches him, he's gonna put him on camera, right? So Hitter J3 goes, next ninja speak with my brother in LA for some clout likes or comments on what he doing in any negative way. I'm gonna embarrass you and put it on film. Just don't snitch when ish occur or take place. So again, man, this is Pyru on Pyru violence, homie. All right. So
and you using your doggone cousin for the clout right now, man. I'm surprised. I'm surprised Kendrick Lamar ain't hit this up and be like, man, get the off this internet, bro. You really making us look crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? Because like that shouldn't have been out. But like I said earlier, bro, when stuff like that gets exposed where these guys taking $10,000 over royalties, bro, them type of situations need to be brought to the public, man. Just so it'll alarm other people, you know what I'm saying, of our culture to catch heave of what's really going on and notice things like that, bro. Okay, now, me personally, now I know, you know what I'm saying, you want to go get a second opinion about any type of situation like that, man, but let's keep it going.
Hitter J3 go, I can say anything on socials. Now, this is where he tries to walk back the comments he made. He says, I can say anything on social or in an interview. It doesn't mean it's true. Dot barely even talk to people he don't have a personal relationship with. So if you don't have a lawyer, you only talking to an assistant that works for him. Yeah, true. Yeah, but you are Dot's cousin. Like, so you would know more than anybody else the business. And you said what you said confidently and told Dejan, don't speak on things he don't know, and here's the truth. So why would you lie about giving Dejan the truth? Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? Do y'all believe
All right, man. We got my guy Poetic Flacco, man. Make sure y'all go over there and check my guy out, bro. He do all these crazy breakdowns, bro, and having some validity a lot of the times. But in this one, though, bro, I'm saying this. Bro, them guys are grown men. At that point in time, they probably needed that 10K, so they couldn't afford to wait. Even if Kendrick Lamar would have been like, hey, bro, this is such and such, such and such, these royalties, man, and it's going to take you a long way. At that point in time, when Kendrick Lamar be like, hey, man, I got this 10 bands. Or he could have just, like they say, could have just gave him the 10 bands and the royalties, man. But he gave them guys options. So now it's a learning process, bro. They learn from that. So the next time they get presented with a situation like that, they gonna know what to do. But hey, bro, Hitter J3, he was doing too much talking. But also it was another guy who actually said something to the guy Dijon Paul that brought to the attention to where Flacco had went over, man. But that guy Snoopy Badass, I think he clout chasing, and I don't know if them guys will ever see these type of videos, but yeah, bro, I think he clout chasing, bro. You do got a whole lot of strong points, and this the internet, and you got that leverage, bro. You gotta work it the way you gotta work it. But me, I don't know, man. Just keeping it real. We're gonna call a baller, strike a strike. Make sure y'all hit that like, hype, and subscribe, man. We at almost 6K subscribers, man. Trying to get to 10K, so y'all help your boy out. I wouldn't even be there without y'all right now to where I'm at now. So do your boy a favor, hit that subscribe button if you're new. I'm out.